What pleased you with the offense, and what were some of the concerns with the offense coming in today?
Say that again, Guy. I'm sorry.
What pleased you about the offense, and what are some offensive concerns you might have after today?
Well, I felt like we had a productive day, but I felt like we left a lot of points off the board, and we got to clean that up. You know, when we have a chance to score inside the 10-yard line, we've got to do a better job down there. It starts with coaching, like I always tell you guys, and just got to coach it up better. And but I thought we had a productive day, but we left a lot of points off the board that we feel like, you know, probably should have been on the board. And a lot of, give credit to Temple. They did a great job with a diverse blitz scheme, and they kept us off balance there at times. But we got to improve in the overall offensive operation.
Bill, speaking of offense, to your right, Bill.
Hey,
The offensive line, where is it at now, 4 games into the season?
Well, again, I think it's just like a lot of units on our team, it's really improved. And we've got some guys that are rotating in there, and at tackle and at guard, we had Ty Howell back this week, which means a lot. Anytime you can add depth, that's really good. You can give Miles Diffenbach a little bit of a rest, and we're rotating at tackle with Farrell and Gress and Eric Schreiber, and that's good. And so I think these guys are playing well together. I think they're tough, they're smart, they're a very fun group to coach, fantastic group to be around, and I think Mac does a great job of them.
Hey Bill, how surprised were you by the amount of backlog? How surprised were you by the amount of penalties you got in today's work?
Yeah, I was disappointed in that on our end. We got to do a better job with that. We had alignment penalties, we had holding calls, and offensive pass interference, so we got to just look at the tape and coach that up better and make sure our players, that's one thing we pride ourselves on. I felt in the first 3 games we weren't really, you know, we were doing a good job of that, of not being penalized, and then today I felt like we took a step back on that, and so we got to do a better job. I need to do a better job of coaching those guys up on those things.
Bill, with regards to penalties, in those first 3 games, and like you said, that you guys have done a better job not getting those. What specifically did the team do well that allowed them to not have penalties in those games that they maybe was a problem today?
I don't know how to. I'd have to look at the tape first, but you know, I'd say maybe we did a better job in the first 3 games of keeping our hands inside and not holding, and we did a better job of not aligning, you know, of aligning correctly in the first 3 games, and today we had an alignment penalty, and so I think there's a lot of things that go into it. Got to coach it better. Maybe there's a little bit of lack of concentration. We just got to get these guys focused back on Monday and get those things correct.
Bill, right down the middle, did you get an explanation on the call on Kyle Carter? I believe he was holding or some sort of offensive pass interference in the first half. And also, do you have an update on Mike Zordich?
I got an explanation on the Kyle Carter. That was offensive pass interference, and on him, and I believe they felt like he was blocking while the ball was in the air, I guess. So, good call, whatever. So, and then Zordich, I don't have an update on Zordich. You know, we just got in the locker room, Scott. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's up with Zordich yet. He's a tough kid. I would say he'd probably spit on it and be all right.
Bill, was there a particular area that you really focused on Matt, you know, over the summer and in the off season, a particular area of improvement, and has he reached that?
You're trying to trick me. You know we're not allowed to meet with them in the summer, so there wasn't anything that we did in the summer. We did things in spring practice, and we talked to him about working on it on his own in the summertime, and he really worked hard on his own. You have to give this guy a lot of credit, you know, to this point in the season. Now, you know, we got a long way to go. We got a very, very tough Big Ten schedule, but to this point in the season, he's a much improved quarterback. He's making good decisions with the ball. He's really good in the running game. He's a fun guy to coach because he's a smart guy, and he gets it. So you only have to tell him once, and he kind of gets it. And he's a competitive guy, and I really like the way he keeps his poise. He kept his poise today a lot better than I did, and I thought that was really good to see. And it was just a good ball game by Matt.
Coach, right in the middle. Where was Curtis Dukes today? I think he got out there.
Curtis Dukes, yeah, he had a thigh deal coming out of the last game, and so we decided to, you know, not play him we were going to play him a little bit, but then we just decided as the game went on, we felt like Zordich and Zwinak were running it pretty good. Give Dukes another week here to heal, you know, and not play, so that's what we decided to do.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the spark that Mike Monty's given you in the last couple of weeks and what kind of level he's playing at right now?
The thing about Mike is, and I'd say this about all those guys on defense, is they play with great intensity and great effort. So even when they make a mistake, they hustle. You know, say Mike gets cut. You know, he gets cut to the ground, he bounces right back up, he goes and makes a play. He just plays the game at a very fast pace, and that's what they all do. Hodges and Carson and Hill and Deion Barnes and Daquan Jones, and then the DBs, you know, those guys are playing pretty well right now. Can they improve? Of course. We can all improve. We're all going to try to work to improve this week, but I just like the effort with which they play. They spark our team because of the effort with which they play.
Hey, Coach, can you just give us an update on Sean Stanley, and how do you think C.J. Lannion played today in his absence?
Sure. Sean has a little bit of a back issue. He'll be back next week. He should be good to go. We wanted to rest it because he was coming in every Sunday and it was just flaring up on him, so we felt like a week off would help him and get him ready for the Big Ten schedule, and so that's what we decided to do. And then I thought C.J. made some good plays. You know, I have to watch the tape, but C.J. is a guy that works extremely hard in practice. Another really good kid that is coached very well by Larry Johnson. He had the tip ball there on that second to last drive, which I thought was pretty neat, and set the edge in the running game pretty well. So he played, from what I could see from the sideline, a tough, solid ball game today.
Bill, what was your opinion of Zoric's performance before he got hurt, and are you surprised at how quickly he's adapted to the tailback role?
Mike's a football player, and he's another guy that's a bright guy. Like when he was learning the fullback position when we first got here, he was trying to learn the whole package to be able to play H, because that's what we tell our guys at each position. You know, at receiver you need to learn Z, you need to learn X, you need to learn F. At running back you need to learn H, and you need to learn F. You can't just know your own position. So. He's been a guy that's really worked at it, and again, he ran hard today and did some really good things, and he got tweaked there on that one play, and I think he'll be fine. But it was fun to watch him and Zach run the ball today.
Bill, I thought this game had the potential to be maybe an emotional down week just because they're inevitable. Do you believe in inevitability of those? Did you think this might be one, and how do you think your guys did in that respect?
Dave, if this was any other year, I would tell you that, yeah, there is some of that in football, coming off a win now. But in this year, because we only have 12 opportunities to play, and because we have a very special senior class. Now look, I'm not saying that we're going to go, 10-2. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is these guys know that they only have 8 left, 12 opportunities to play. And they practice hard, they work hard, they really care about each other. It's a very, very fun group to coach and to be around. It's a lot like, in many ways, just the feelings that I've had around the other good teams that I've been around, whether it was Georgia Tech or Maryland or obviously the New England Patriots. Just a good group of guys that really love to practice. It's not always pretty. They get along. There's good camaraderie. There's a good sense of humor, and they practice hard. So hopefully, we can continue to do that and keep trying to get better.
How about today? Did you think they came through again?
Yeah, I thought that they, again, I think, like I was saying to Guy, I think we left a lot of points off the board. I thought we could have, scored some more points there, but I thought overall the effort was good. The guys were intense. They were into the game. The meetings were good last night. The meetings were good this morning at the hotel. And the guys seem to be genuinely into it, and that's what I've seen so far, every week.
Bill, along those lines of what Dave was asking, now that you've gotten a couple wins out of it, the kids are enjoying it and the opportunities and everything, how much do these wins that they have something that they've accomplished going into the Big Ten season?
Winning is huge. Winning takes care of a lot of things. Winning makes everybody feel good, and especially when you beat good, tough teams that are well coached. And that's, last week against Navy, that's a good, tough football team. This week, Temple. I mean, Temple's. I'm just telling you, I think Temple's a good football team with a bunch of good players and a great coaching staff. So I give a lot of credit to them. They gave us a lot of problems today in the blitzing game, and again, I think I just feel great for our players that they have the feeling of winning, and now we've got to get back to work against a great, a really good Illinois team and get ready for them.